Dear students, you have already studied in your 11th class about the trigonometric functions and their properties. The properties like all formulae, multiple, submultiple and compound angles, the solving of or solution of trigonometric equations and properties of triangle. But here or in the 12th class we will discuss their inverse functions, so called inverse trigonometric functions. It is in your unit 1. We know that there are 6 trigonometric functions: sin x, cos x, tan x, cot x, sec x and cosec x. In this chapter, we will study their inverse functions called inverse trigonometric functions like sin inverse x, cos inverse x, tan inverse x, cot inverse x and sec inverse x, cosec inverse x. As we know, for the existence of the inverse of a function, the function is to be bijective, that is 1 1 and on 2. So, let us discuss the different conditions for the existence of inverse of these trigonometric functions. What I write it as T functions, that is trigonometric functions. So, condition for the existence of inverse of T functions. Let us consider the function f x is equals to sin x, that is out of the 6 I have taken or I have considered only one function, and likewise you can easily understand the other 5 trigonometric functions. I will discuss it. So, let us first consider sin x. You know that the natural domain of the function f sin x is R and codomain is also R, but the range is -1 to 1. But in this domain the function is not 1 1, but on 2. Since f of 0, that is sin 0 is 0, f of pi sin pi also equals to 0. So, for different points in the domain set, we get the same image in the range set. This implies f of x is equal to sin x is not 1 1 in R. That is, if you consider the domain as R, the function f of x is equals to sin x is not 1 1. So, f x is equals to sin x is not bijective in the domain R. So, our aim is to reduce the domain so that the function sin x is bijective. So, let us take the figure as like this. Suppose this is the domain R and this one is the range set. Better you take it as range codomain. Codomain is R, but you take it a range set, that is -1 to 1 closed interval of -1 to 1. What I have told to you, for 0, if the function f of x is sin x, f of x is sin x, for 0 it is 0 and for pi it is again 0. So, in this domain is called the natural domain of the function sin x, that is R. In this domain the function is not bijective. So, to make the function f of x is equals to sin x bijective, that is 1 1 and on 2, we have to reduce the domain from R to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, closed interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. We have to reduce the domain from R to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So, what happens? Now, here there will be no pi, and for every point from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, there is unique image in the range set or minus 1 to 1. You take it as a range which is also equal to codomain. Codomain is R, but for onto we take the range set as well as the codomain set is your minus 1 to 1, and you know that the function to be onto the range set must be equal to the codomain set. So, f x is equals to sin x. We reduce the natural domain R to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. If it is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 and from minus 1 to 1, the function f of x is equals to sin x is both 1 1 as well as onto. So, the inverse of the function now exists. We called the inverse as sin inverse x. You can show also in the diagram that not 1 1, but onto what I have already shown it in your blackboard, and so the inverse of the function exists from minus pi by 2, closed interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and to minus 1 to 1. The function f x is both 1 1 as well as onto. Hence, the inverse exists. So, if the inverse exists, the inverse is now from minus 1 closed interval of minus 1 to 1 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now, the inverse of the function sin x is called as sin inverse x, and we may call it as arc sin x. Arc sin x is the same as sin inverse x, that is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval, and from minus 1 to 1 sin x is bijective and its inverse exists, and the inverse is from minus 1 to 1 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So, we consider sin x or sin inverse x f of x. Now, we take this one as f inverse x. We take another function, suppose g of x is your sin inverse x, sin inverse x. So, naturally its domain is from minus 1 to 1 and from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, because sin x is 1 1 as well as onto from closed interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 to minus 1 to 1. Hence, sin inverse x is a function from minus 1 to 1 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and we called this minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 as the principal value of sin inverse x. So, what we have discussed, that the inverse of the function sin x exists only when it is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval, and from minus 1 to 1 closed interval of minus 1 to 1. Likewise, this table shows the domain and range of different trigonometric inverse trigonometric functions. So, first I have already discussed sin inverse x, its domain is from minus 1 to 1 closed interval of minus 1 to 1 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. I have already discussed. Likewise, we can also consider the function cos inverse x. As you know, the for cos inverse x, if you take the function f of x is equals to cos x, its domain is R and also codomain is R. For cos x, the domain is R and the codomain is also R, but in this domain and codomain the inverse does not exist, because the function is not 1 1 and also not onto. So, to make cos x bijective, we have to reduce the domain to closed interval of 0 to pi and codomain to minus 1 to 1. In this domain and codomain, cos x is bijective and its inverse exists. Here you can see, suppose in case of R to R, take a point 0. Point means I am talking about the angles. So, take the angle 0 degree. So, for 0 degree it is 1, the value is 1, and for 2 pi it is also 1, because R contains all angles. So, for 0 it is 1 and for 2 pi it is also 1. Hence, the inverse of the function, it is not the the inverse of the function does not exist. That is, here in this case it is not 1 1. So, to make cos x 1 1, we have to consider this 0 the domain as closed interval of 0 to pi and the codomain as well as the range set minus 1 to 1. Hence, cos inverse x exists and its domain is minus closed interval of minus 1 to 1 to 0 to pi. You can see in the your screen that cos inverse x, its domain is cos inverse x. Here cos inverse x, its domain is minus 1 to 1 closed interval and the range is 0 to pi. You have to remember all these things. Similarly, tan inverse x, the domain is R and the range is open interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Like sin inverse and cos inverse, you have to understand that tan x is bijective from open interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 to R. So, tan inverse exists and its domain is from R to open interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Similarly, cot inverse x, its domain is R and range is 0 to open interval of 0 to pi. Likewise, sec inverse x minus infinity to closed interval of minus 1 union 1 to infinity and range is 0 to pi minus pi by 2, because pi by 2 sec x does not exist. Similarly, cosec inverse x, its domain is open interval of minus infinity and closed at minus 1 union closed at 1 open at infinity and range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval minus 0. So, in the previous part we have discussed the existence of inverse trigonometric functions, its domain and range, or you may call it as principal value. Now, let us discuss the graphs of inverse trigonometric functions. So, first take y is equals to sin inverse x, y is equals to sin inverse x. You know, so for sin inverse x, y is equals to, that is sin inverse x, and you know x belongs to closed interval of minus 1 to 1, closed interval of minus 1 to plus 1, and y belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Here y belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, like this. So, this is the domain where x lies, it is from minus 1 to plus 1, and this is the range, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Suppose you take it half, it will be 30 degree, that is pi by 6, like this. So, the graph must be within minus 1 to plus 1. You can see here, this one is your x axis and this one is your y axis. So, here minus 1, here plus 1, here it is 0. So, the value of the values of x lies between minus 1 to plus 1. Similarly, the values of y lies between pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, right. So, here I am drawing one line which crosses pi by 2 and another one which crosses minus pi by 2, like. So, here pi by 2 and here minus pi by 2. Suppose you can take this one as half. If you take half here, it will be 30 degree here. So, the point is like this. Now, the graph is gradually increases and this one like this, the gradually increases like this, and also in the negative side it is this. You can see the graph is like this. You can see in your TV screen the graph of the trigonometric function, inverse trigonometric function y is equals to sin inverse x, y is equals to sin inverse x, and x lies between minus 1 to plus 1 and y is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So, now consider y is equals to cos inverse x. You know x belongs to minus closed interval of minus 1 to 1, that is it is the domain of cos inverse x. So, y belongs to closed interval of 0 to pi. For x minus 1 to 1, y belongs to closed interval of 0 to pi, what I have told you in the table domain and range of inverse trigonometric functions. So, as y belongs to closed interval of 0 to pi, no part of the curve lies below x axis, because if it is below x axis, then y will be negative. So, what to do? We have to restrict y in the positive side and x from minus 1 to 1. So, this is the graph of cos inverse x. So, you can take y is equals to cos inverse x, x belongs to closed interval of minus 1 to 1 and y belongs to closed interval of 0 to pi. Since there is no negative values, so no part of the curve lies below x axis. If it is below x axis, then y will be negative, but here y is from closed interval of 0 to pi, that is here it is 0, here x lies between minus 1 to plus 1, x lies between minus 1 to plus 1 and y from 0 to pi, right. So, no part of the curve lies below x axis. So, here there is pi by 2, where the graph, suppose I draw a line passing through pi by pi, and there is restriction here from minus 1 to plus 1, right. So, no part of the curve, as you know y is in the positive 0 to pi, no part of the curve lies below x axis, because y will be negative, but y cannot be negative. So, here at pi by 2, for y pi by 2, x takes the value 0. For y pi by 2, x take the value 0. So, the graph crosses or intersect y axis at pi by 2, and from this it gradually increases to minus 1 and here decreases to plus 1. That is, if you take x 1, then y will be 0, because cos 0 is your 1. So, now the graph of this is the graph of cos inverse x, right. So, no part of the curve lies below x axis and the graph is within minus 1 to plus 1. Likewise, you can see the graph of tan inverse x. So, y is equals to tan inverse x, x is in x belongs to R, x belongs to R and y belongs to open interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. X is in R, you know the tan x is 1 1 from minus pi open interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 to R. So, tan inverse R to open interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So, in this case x from minus infinity to plus infinity like this. Here x is from minus infinity to plus infinity. The graph you can see the graph in your screen, though it is wrongly written minus infinity to plus infinity, actually like this, and it is from pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, right. So, the graph is like this, it gradually increases, but never touch this line because it will be infinity, and also it decreases like this, right. Here minus pi by 2 and here pi by 2. This is the graph of tan inverse x. You can see the graph of cot inverse x also, and sec inverse x and cosec inverse x. Now, there are some notes for you. Sin inverse x is not equals to sin x whole inverse, and sin x whole inverse is equals to 1 by sin x, because sin x is a number. If x is an angle, sin x is a number, but sin inverse x is an angle where x is a number and lies between minus 1 to 1. Likewise, for all inverse trigonometric functions. So, no inverse trigonometric function is periodic. Trigonometric functions are periodic, that is the period, that is the fundamental period of sin x cos x 2 pi, tan x cot x pi, but sin inverse x, cos inverse x, tan, all inverse trigonometric functions are not periodic. We cannot find the periods, and from the table of domain and range you can see first quadrant is common to the range of all inverse trigonometric functions. Sin inverse x, consider the case of sin inverse x. Sin inverse x is from minus pi, closed interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and cos inverse x, the range is 0 to closed interval of 0 to pi, and for tan x you can see from the table that I have given to you in the previous class, you can see that in the range of inverse trigonometric functions, first quadrant is common to the range of all inverse trigonometric functions, and third quadrant, all are the important notes, you can remember or note it down. Third quadrant is not used in inverse trigonometric functions. First quadrant is common to range of all inverse trigonometric functions, and third quadrant is not used in the inverse trigonometric functions. So, let us discuss some properties, or you can say all are formulas. You know that sin inverse f inverse f of x, it is x. So, if you take f as sin x, so sin inverse sin x is x, but the restrictions, here x belongs to x, here x is an angle, not all angles, it lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, closed interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. You cannot write sin inverse sin pi is pi, because the restriction is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval. Similarly, cos inverse cos x, cos inverse cos x is also x, and x belongs to 0 to pi, closed interval of 0 to pi. Similarly, tan inverse x is equals to x, x belongs to open interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. All these are the x, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval, 0 to pi for in case of cos x, and tan x belongs to open interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 in case of tan. All are in the range of sin inverse x. Sec inverse sec x is equals to x, x belongs to closed interval of 0 to pi minus pi by 2, and cosec inverse cosec x also equals to x, x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval minus 0. Similarly, property 2, you know f inverse x, here f inverse f x, but f inverse x is equals to x here. So, for this reason you can say sin inverse x also equal to x, but here you know x belongs to minus pi by minus 1 to plus 1 closed interval. You cannot write sin inverse 2 is equal to 2, it is wrong to say. So, sin inverse x is equals to x for x belongs to minus 1 to 1. Similarly, cos inverse x is equals to x, x belongs to minus 1 to 1. Tan inverse x is equals to x, x belongs to r. Cot inverse x is equals to x, x belongs to r, and sec inverse x is equals to x, x belongs to r minus open interval of minus 1 to 1. Cosec inverse x, x belongs to r minus open interval of minus 1 to 1. So, this one is the another property of inverse trigonometric functions. So, let us consider the third one, sin inverse minus x minus sin inverse x, x belongs to closed interval of minus 1 to 1. Cosec inverse minus x minus cosec inverse x, mod of x, restriction is mod of x greater than equal to 1. Tan inverse minus x minus tan inverse x, x belongs to r, but cos inverse minus x is your pi minus cos inverse x, you can note it. So, cos inverse minus x is equals to pi minus cos inverse x. So, for three inverse trigonometric functions, cos inverse minus x, sec inverse minus x, cot inverse minus x, all are pi minus that inverse trigonometric functions, and restrictions are in your screen. Property IV, sin inverse 1 by x cosec inverse x, cos inverse 1 by x sec inverse x, tan inverse 1 by x cot inverse x for x greater than 0, and pi minus pi plus cot inverse x for x less than 0. These are the small properties, you can use it. Next property, that is property 5th, sin inverse x plus cos inverse x pi by 2, tan inverse x plus cot inverse x also pi by 2, sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x pi by 2. But restriction for sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is your closed interval of minus 1 to plus 1. You cannot write sin inverse 2 plus cos inverse 2 is equal to pi by 2, but you can write sin inverse 1 by 2 plus cos inverse 1 by 2 also pi by 2. So, let us discuss the conversion of inverse trigonometric functions, that is how to convert one inverse trigonometric function to another inverse trigonometric functions using the right angle property. That is, suppose say sin inverse x, you can write cos inverse root over of 1 minus x square, which is equal to tan inverse x by root over of 1 minus x square, which is equal to cot inverse root over of 1 minus x square by x, which is equal to sec inverse 1 by root over of 1 minus x square, which is equal to cosec inverse 1 by x. These formulae are used for calculation of or solution of different problems. Suppose say you may not remember the formula, but you can write, suppose say sin inverse 3 by 4. So, I have to convert it to cos inverse. Suppose you forget the formula, you can convert in this way also. Sin inverse 3 by 4 is equals to alpha, sin alpha is equals to 3 by 4, that is p by, suppose say it is 5, likewise suppose say 5, that is 5, and so p by h, b is equals to 4, and you have to convert it into cos, and cos alpha is equals to b by h, that is 4 by 5, and alpha is equals to cos inverse 4 by 5. So, this one is your alpha, again this one is your alpha. So, sin inverse 3 by 5, you can write cos inverse 4 by 5, or you can directly remember the formula sin inverse x is equals to cos inverse root over of 1 minus x square. So, here are some problems for you. So, using the above properties what I have discussed, you can work out the problems. So, let us see the example 1. Find the principal value of the following inverse trigonometric functions, that is sin inverse sin 2 pi by 3. So, you can see, you know sin inverse sin x, sin inverse sin x, you can write it as x, but the restriction is x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So, the question is sin inverse sin 2 pi by 3, sin inverse sin 2 pi by 3. You cannot write here as 2 pi by 3, because 2 pi by 3 is not in the closed interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So, you have to reduce that 2 pi by 3 with a value laying between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, closed interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So, what to do? You have to write sin inverse x sin of pi minus pi by 3. So, here 3 pi minus pi, that is 2 pi by 3. So, now you know sin inverse sin pi minus theta you know it is sin pi by 3. Now you can see that pi by 3 is within minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So now you can write sin inverse sin x is your x, because this x is in between closed interval of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So let us discuss cosec inverse minus 1 by 2. So you know, so what is this? The question is find the principal value of cosec inverse minus 1 by 2. Cosec inverse minus 1 by 2. You know the restriction is for cosec inverse x, x lies between r minus open interval of minus 1 to 1. That is, x does not lie here minus infinity to plus infinity and here minus 1 to plus 1. X in this case, for in case of cosec inverse x, x does not lie between minus 1 to 1. So for cosec inverse minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 belongs to minus 1 to 1. So this value does not exist. So what is the principal value? You can say the principal value is an empty set phi. So you can try the third one, find the principal value of 2 sec inverse 2 minus 2 cosec inverse minus 2. You can see in your screen what are the value, its principal value is pi. Then evaluate cos inverse cos of minus 680. So cos of minus 680 is same as cos 680, because you know cos of minus theta, again cos theta. Now convert that 680 to the radian form, that is 680 into pi by 180. Now it reduces to cos inverse cos 680 into pi by 180, that is 34 pi by 9. So now cos inverse cos 680 into pi by 180. So now it is cos inverse cos 34 pi by 9. But you know it is not in the, you know, cos inverse cos x is equals to x if x belongs to closed interval of 0 to pi, but this is not in the closed interval of 0 to pi. So we have to reduce the same value which lie between 0 to pi, that is cos inverse cos of 4 pi minus 2 pi by 9. It gives the same value, that is 36 pi minus 2 pi, that is 34 pi by 9. And you know cos inverse cos 4 pi minus theta, again cos theta, that is cos 2 pi by 9, and this one lies between closed interval of 0 to pi, and we know cos inverse cos of this one is 2 pi by 9, because this one lies between closed interval of 0 to pi, right. So now the value of cos inverse cos of minus 680 is your 2 pi by 9. So next one is your which is greater, actually tan 1 or tan inverse 1. You know 1 is greater than pi by 4 if you take the value of pi as 3.414. Now, 1 is greater than pi by 4. So, tan 1 greater than tan pi by 4. So, the question is which is greater, tan 1 or tan inverse 1? You know 1 is greater than pi by 4 and tan 1 is greater than tan pi by 4. This you take this one as 3.414, the value of pi, and automatically 1 is greater than this one. So, tan 1 is greater than tan pi by 4 because tan is increasing function. Tan increasing means, so suppose say x1 greater than x2, if f of x1 greater than f of x2, you can say the function is increasing. Here it is strictly increasing. So, x1 greater than x2, tan of 1 greater than tan of pi by 4 because tan is increasing, right. So, this implies tan 1 greater than tan pi by 4, you know it is 1, and here 1 greater than pi by 4, that is tan 1 greater than 1, but 1 greater than pi by 4. So, what you get? You get tan 1 greater than pi by 4, which is equal to tan inverse 1. So, tan 1 greater than tan inverse 1. So, you have been asked which is greater, tan 1 or tan inverse 1. So, you have proved tan 1 greater than tan inverse 1. So, next example is your find the value of sine, cos inverse, tan, sec inverse root 2. So, this type of problem you have to solve from backward, that is sine, cos inverse, tan, sec inverse root 2. So, find its value first. It is sine, cos inverse, tan, it is pi by 4. You know sec pi by 4 is your root 2. So, pi by 4 is your sec inverse root 2. So, sec inverse root 2 is your pi by 4. Now, evaluate this one, sine cos inverse, it is tan pi by 4 is your 1. Then sine cos inverse 1, it is 0. Now, the answer is 0. So, the value of this one is your 0. You can see this type of problem in your different books. So, next prove that tan square cos inverse 1 by root 3 plus cot square sin inverse 1 by root 5 is equals to 6, right. The next one is your tan square cos inverse 1 by root 3 plus cot square sin inverse 1 by root 5 is equal to 6. So, take the LHS, tan square cos inverse 1 by root 3 plus cot square sin inverse 1 by root 5. just I have told you that first convert this one as tan. Take cos inverse x 1 by root 3 is equal to alpha. So, cos alpha is equals to 1 by root 3 is equal to p b by h. So, p is your 3 minus 1 root over, that is root 2, and tan alpha is equal to p by b root 2 by 1, that is root 2. Alpha is equals to tan inverse root 2. So, in the note, in one note I have told you the conversions. So, cos inverse 1 by root 3 is same as tan inverse root 2. So, here put tan inverse root 2. Now, tan of tan inverse root 2 is root 2. So, here it is root 2 square, that is 2. Similarly, convert cot inverse cot square sin inverse x 1 by root 5. So, first convert sin inverse 1 by root 5 to cot, then solve it. You can try the example 6, find the domain of sin inverse root over of x minus 1 plus cos inverse x. You can try in your home. And example 8, find the value of sin inverse sin 10, tan inverse tan of minus 6, like this. Thank you.